Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So you may be asking, why is my outfit different? Well, the reason why is because I am going on an adventure. Not just any adventure, kind of like a creative adventure, because a year ago I've created 20 different images of an imaginary world I have created, and I've decided to redraw all those 20 images and kind of draw it in my newer and more improved style. Here's one of the landmarks I have drawn. This is one of my most favorite one, and I'm very proud of it. It took me 24 hours to do, but I'm going to redraw it, make it look way more cooler, add way more better characters with better proportions, and kind of give it a much more cooler architecture. So I'll tell you more about the lore of this world that I have been creating, and every single drawing I do, I'm gonna give a backstory behind it. So it's gonna be an entire continuing series, and I can't wait to hop into it. So I'm going to be telling a little bit of lore with the Egyptian marketplace. So the drawing I'm working on, I like to call it the Egyptian marketplace because it uses Egyptian architecture, and also I'm going to be telling the origins of how it started. So it all started with two different tribes trying to fight for the same land. Both tribes were completely different. One of them was called the tribe of the serpents. The second one was called the tribe of the scorpions. Both tribes' names came from the animals that lived in the Sahara Desert. Both of them found a land with a lush river and with tons of fruits and vegetables on the side. The river spanned right through the land, and both of them wanted it for themselves, so they fought over it for many generations, and they kept on fighting over the land by pulling pranks on each other. The serpent tribe would poison the other tribe's reservoir, while the other tribe would blow up their crops by using tons of gunpowder filled in barrels. Both the tribes kept on fighting over the land until a ginormous drought, known as one of the biggest droughts in history, came and wiped all the water from the bay. So they didn't have any water for months, and both tribes ended up dying of starvation, and only a few remainers survived. When the drought subsided, both of them came to agreement saying that both of them will share the land and share said resources. Because they were fighting over the land and its resources, they didn't take into consideration all the water and food that they ended up having, causing them to die from the drought. Many generations later, they have advanced through technology and created beautiful buildings with beautiful architecture, and over time, they started living in peace and started to become one tribe. They named the land Egypt, based off of the god they believed in. So they called themselves the Egyptians. The Egyptians were really smart and intelligent, and they would use the river to power their boats. Because the river would span halfway through the entire continent, they would use that to their full advantage and use the river to build fertile grounds, and also to use it to power their boats. Because of how strong the currents were, they would go from point A to point B really fast because of the boats they would use. Many of the boats adapted to the river's power, meaning that they would efficiently travel goods from point A to point B very quickly. And because the village was not in such a confined space, they needed a way to export resources throughout the entire land. And the land was super long, meaning that they needed to build around the entire river, making a complete straight line because of how massive and long the river was. But it was really efficient for them because they could use boats to easily move resources and build longer and bigger lands and build way more bigger kingdoms. And the reason why the Egyptian marketplace got its name is because of the history of the queen. The queen, known as King Joseph, created a scheme that made her kingdom millions. So in the 18th century, other continents started exploring many other continents and ended up discovering that they weren't the only one that were there. They found out that there were many different lands and continents with many different diverse cultures. So the queen used that to advantage and exported products between each land. Because the continent was right in the middle of all the other lands, boats needed to keep fuel on the boats. And because of that, it took up way too much space. And that was a really big problem because they need to export large quantities of products from one country to the other. So the Queen devised a plan of allowing countries to dock on their shores and supply them with free fuel. And because of that, it would make things for other countries way more easier. Because Egypt was right in the middle of all countries, smack in the middle, it always became really easy for countries to just dock on Egypt and refuel up and then go on their merry way to export their products. And most of the time countries would supply them with free products because of their nice service. But the Queen didn't do it only to be nice and make their jobs easier. She did it because most of the time countries would supply them with free products, and it would even give them products for a cheaper price. And she would always buy mass quantities of cheap products, keep it in her storage facilities, and resell it to her people. And most of the time she would resell it to her people for a very cheap price, and she would make tons of profit from it, and her people would resell it and make an entire business off of buying the products from the Queen, reselling it for a cheaper price. And the Queen would make profit, and her people would have jobs to do it and would have tons of businesses. And because of that, many of her people would have tons of businesses, and many international people would come to Egypt not only for its beautiful architecture and beautiful landmarks, but only to buy cheap products from the... That's why people started nicknaming it the Egyptian market. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And to be honest, I really enjoy how I changed up the video, and I love the new background and my outfit. But the thing I really love is the drawing I drew. It's based off of artwork I absolutely love. The old drawing I just showed here is it again, if you are wondering what I'm talking about. But to be honest, I really loved recreating it, and I really enjoyed it. And sorry I couldn't post a video for like 2 weeks. I kind of went through a pretty negative space and kind of lost all inspiration, but I finally regained some inspiration. And please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date when the next video comes out. All jokes aside, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.